And welcome back to Scientific Phenomenon. I'm SP and I'll be your host on this journey through the curious. Have you ever wondered about the things science is unable to explain? Those subjects that just defy comprehension. Today, we're laying down the science books because these topics defy scientific understanding. That's right, this one's all about the paranormal. Where does life come from? What is its origin? Are we alone in this vast cosmos? Why is our genome coded? Who or what coded us? Why are there stories dating back hundreds of thousands of years about cryptic beings such as Bigfoot, the Ogopogo, the Annunaki, and Sumerian Gods? We'll be discussing all that and more in today's episode, so stay tuned to Scientific Phenomenon. You won't want to miss a thing. Let's start with life. Is life unique to just us here on planet Earth? And if it is, why do we have such a vast variety of life, from the tiniest bacteria to the 133,000 square miles of the Great Barrier Reef? Life comes in all shapes and sizes, but where did it all come from? Panspermia is the theory that life travels across the cosmos in icy comets, meteors, and dust. That life, or at least the seeds of life, are everywhere in the cosmos, and every once in a while, those seeds of life take root and begin to adapt and evolve to their surroundings. So claims panspermia, one of the countless many theories about the origins of existence. Another such theory comes from an ancient Sumerian script called Akkadian cuneiform. The Akkadian tablets tell a story of a race of gods that came from the heavens to live alongside man, called the Annunaki. As the story goes, the Annunaki found a fledgling world where life was just in its infancy and beginning to take its shape. Being a highly enlightened race of beings, the Annunaki decided to bless certain life forms with the wisdom of the Anunnaki, ultimately creating a race of beings that could help serve them by carrying out their labor tasks and menial jobs, while the Anunnaki themselves lived lives of comfort and luxury as gods among us. Some say this is where humans originally obtained the concept of gods and worship. Others say the Anunnaki, being a somewhat advanced extraterrestrial race, decided to give humanity a few basic lessons like shelter, water, food, and fire, and then they left us to our own devices to create our own existence. Ancient Sumerian texts tell us the story of Enki. Enki was the Anunnaki god of earth and water, mischief, and knowledge. It was Enki and his people who engineered the human species. Enki eventually had a son. This son went on to be a well-known god in his own right. He was known by many names. One such name was Thoth. Thoth was very fond of humankind. According to ancient Sumerian texts, Thoth went on to reveal that humans were more Anunnaki than earthling, that we were changed by his ancestors, but even so, that we humans were still celestial beings and part of them, and that they would someday return for humankind. History is written from the whims of those who translate cuneiform, those who carefully unearth the clues the past leaves behind for us, those who give those historical artifacts names. But who can say what truly is fact or fiction when we literally rewrite history every day? But still, we have questions unanswered. Those things, those events that science just can't explain. Cryptids are an ever-growing collection of beings whose existence has yet to be, or else cannot entirely be, proven or disproven by scientific method. Cryptid species include examples such as, but are not limited to, the Jersey Devil, the Mothman, and even Bigfoot. But these are just some of the more famous examples of cryptids. But you didn't come here to hear the same old stories you've heard a million times before. And what kind of host would I be if I just broke out into a Bigfoot story right now? I mean, once you've seen it, you can't unsee it, right? So I ask you, have you heard of the Ogopogo Lake Devil? The Ogopogo is a vast water-dwelling serpent said to reside in Lake Okanagan in British Columbia. Sightings of the Ogopogo date back to as early as the 1800s. This creature was originally known as the Nhataga, meaning lake devil. The name Ogopogo wasn't adopted until the late 1920s when the name was taken from an English musical called The Ogopogo. I'm looking for the Ogopogo, the funny little Ogopogo. His mother was an earwig, his father was a whale. I'm going to put a little bit of salt on his tail. So goes the musical number. If Ogopogos aren't your thing, have you heard of the Ahool? Ahools are enormous predatory meat-eating bats that are said to inhabit the rainforests of Java in Indonesia. Believed to have a wingspan in excess of 10 feet, being roughly the size of an adult human, Ahools are said to be covered in a thick brown or black fur, like fruit bats. But unlike bats, they have long, powerful legs and claws that are capable of snatching up live prey, including humans and livestock, and flying off into the night, never to be seen again, if reports of the Ahool are to be believed. Sightings of Ahools are often dismissed as mistaken glimpses of owls, eagles, and other large birds of prey, but some sources claim the creatures do indeed exist, and may even be an isolated, as of yet undiscovered species descended from pterosaurs. You know, sometimes people mistake the word paranormal to mean not science, or that science is out to somehow disprove the paranormal, but the truth is, paranormal is that thing that science really doesn't have the answer for. So in a way, science is the most paranormal thing there is. A study of curiosity that never ends. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Scientific Phenomenon. You know, we had a vote on Twitter about the topics we'd cover today. If there was anything you wanted to see that we didn't cover, or anything that we missed that you thought needed to be in there, please leave us a comment below. If you found this video worthwhile enough to stick around till the end, why not help out Scientific Phenomenon by hitting that subscribe button? Until next time, this is Scientific Phenomenon asking, what do you call a boomerang that doesn't work? It's a stick. You call it a stick.